Everybody seems to want me gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, they wrong, wrong, wrong. Say he don't like me and she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, man, all y'all wrong. Caught up in the characters of America's fucked up narrative. They say the straight black man in the black community is a terrorist. Straight black man can't never win. Straight black man is gon' need a therapist. Cause the straight black man is the worst that it's ever been. Blaming me for shit I ain't never did. Man, can't a nigga ever live? Can't a nigga ever live? I been out here killing it. Still trying to sell me that I'm ignorant. Demon can't tell I'm different and diligent. Demon can't tell what a nigga been born suspect, what a nigga been innocent. Man up on them and they mark you as militant. Mark you as mad and belligerent. Man, fuck y'all images, fuck they images. He don't like me, she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, they wrong, wrong, wrong. Say he don't like me and she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, man, all y'all wrong. Who you calling a bitch though? What is you calling her a bitch for? Watch that bitch glow, watch that bitch blow. See, that's the part there that you didn't know. Getting mo. Why you hating on her black girl magic? Her black girl drive, all her black girl savage. So divine that she had to hashtag it. Her life matters and she had to have added. She been out here killing it. Didn't figure, but you acting like she ignorant. Paying her less, still magnificent. Watch her shatter that glass into little bits. Master degrees while you mastering Madden. Master a master, holding you back. Master of madness and average. Basic and tragic, trash in her passion. Say he don't like me, she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, they wrong, wrong, wrong. Say he don't like me and she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, man, all y'all wrong. You done blackball me, redline me, whitewash me, still can't define me. Try and dick me down and then still deny me. Yeah, try and fuck me, sneak up behind me, but boom, I ain't bought up blinded, so boom, you ain't gotta remind me, cause bitch, my mind be like a flower in bloom. Sky with a room, that's the life assignment. And whom, what's and never should try me, then boom, big boom from what's behind me. Full pack of black excellent facts, black excellent acts, black excellent stats. Won't succumb to your bum ass acts, and when your bum ass come ass, I done no jack. And when your young ass come ass, I run that back, cause all my scholars had scars all upon they back. Now let's go. He don't like me, she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, they wrong, wrong, wrong. Say he don't like me and she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, man, all y'all wrong. Say he don't like me, she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, they wrong, wrong, wrong. Say he don't like me and she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, man, all y'all wrong.
Morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm coming to y'all this morning with a somber energy. One of our squad has lost a loved one. As y'all can see, I'm posting this right here, right now. Oh, where to go? There it is. Good morning, happy Monday. It's 9:03 in the morning time, and I learned over the weekend. I learned yesterday that our brother Anwan Glover, Big G from Backyard, suffered a tragedy in his family, and you know, it's I don't know if y'all heard, and it's disturbing. It's very, very disturbing. Of course, our hearts go out to this brother first thing this morning. For those who don't know, he is the mayor of DC forever. The new young mayor of DC his name is Big G. In a street kind of way. I don't want to say street, but I mean like with the people kind of way. He got the people. He has all of the people behind him. Y'all can't hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Yeah, the mic is on. Tell me if you hear the music. Oh, let me play the music. Y'all hear music? Check, 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 check. What's up? Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. See, he lost his son, Jay. That's what that's the word I got. I don't want to. He lost someone in his family. I don't have the right word. I don't have the right words. Y'all can hear me now? Check, check, check. Check, 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 check me out. Check me out. Check me out. Okay. Yeah. J. It seems that G lost someone in his family. The word I heard was that it was his son. I haven't spoken to G. He just left this message on his Instagram. And there are tons of comments under the picture, under this quote from notables in the city. So that makes me to believe that this is what's going on. I haven't talked to anyone. I haven't gotten the story. I got it sort of second and third hand. So I don't want to speculate, and I don't want to get it wrong. But from this message, you can tell that he has lost someone in his family. And, it's extremely disappointing. The other day we talked about, Big G. That's him right there. Anwan Glover is his name. Yes, so the member of our family, the brother who pops in here from time to time, our guy, has lost in I believe in a shooting. So, I'm sorry I have to start the show off this way this morning, but this is how we gotta start the show off this way this morning. I saw him the other night when I went to see Scarface last week. I saw G backstage, and the first thing G said to me is, he was talking to me and Eddie Brown. The first thing he said is, man, we have really got to do something. We have really got to keep our, do something. As I remember his words saying, they're killing and shooting uptown to the south side, Maryland, and Virginia. They're shooting everywhere. And I just seen him a couple of days ago, and then this happened. I watched the news this morning, and Prince George's County is seeing an unprecedented number of shootings and homicides this weekend. 9 people were shot out here in the county this weekend. I don't know how many were shot in D.C. And who's that saying morning, cuz? Good morning. Y'all know I hosted the, this is our streets, our future thing the other day, the rally for, to end gun violence. I did the rally to end gun violence on Friday afternoon. We had a great event. Our state's attorney was there. And as we ended the event, the police roll out. They had been sitting there with us the whole time. And we're in C Pleasant in the park. And they leave to go and, of course, investigate a shooting. So as we're having the no more killing vibe, no more shooting, no more killing event, a shooting takes place. Once again, it's hitting close to home for me. And one of the reasons I'm so slow to talk about it is because I have been talking about it since as long as I can remember. I'm so upset that I'm so numb to it. I have, like many of us have, accepted that gun violence in the black community is gonna be here. I can't remember when it wasn't. I cannot remember when gun violence was not in our communities. All through the 80s, I'm watching Good Times in the 70s. JJ and them shooting each other in Chicago. You know, I can't remember a time when I turned on the news and did not hear about Black Death. At the local news, like every night, I can't remember like a 5-day stretch when I did not hear about some type of violent Black death. And it happens in every city I go to when I travel. I turn on their news and it's going on as well. I think I brought that point up the other day. It's so first of all, our condolences to Big G. Our condolences. I know everyone here. I speak for everyone who's on the feed, who's over here on Joe Clair Live in the morning, man, and sending our condolences to you and your family. You know, we don't wish this upon anyone, and we can't imagine what you are going through. And you know, we send all the love and the light that we possibly can your way, brother. And in whatever way that we possibly can, we're here for you. Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna send that out. So, these are the times we live in. We've been fighting gun violence in our communities for forever. And no one seemed to be able to come up with the solution. I believe the solution starts with each individual household being treated as if it was special and important for the community. How to accomplish that, I don't know. Now, I'm not on IG Live, ladies. That's how I know that the solution starts with each and every household in the Black community knowing its value and its worth. And that would at least start to stem some of it. Because if each household, imagine if we had a generation or two straight. Now, I'm talking big dreams. If we had a generation or two that collectively thought about pride and value because of, you know, what we know to be true about African Americans, how great we can be. That's what I believe the solution is. And until we dig that deep, we're going to keep having rallies. And unfortunately, we're going to keep losing our loved ones, man. You know what I mean? Not like the you know, our brother is going through this morning, and he always puts on a strong face for us here in the city. Like I said earlier, G is, you know, for us, he's the mayor of the people of a certain demographic here in Washington, D.C. And we roll with him and we love him. And to see him suffer this loss is, you know, given the story of what he represents and what he's been through to become who he's become, you know, we hate to see this for him. We really, really, really do. And to all of the parents, all of the loved ones who have lost somebody to gun violence, we had this rally here on Friday, and it got real when, you know, there was a child who had gotten shot sitting in his house over on Bright Seat Road, not too far from where I lived. And this happened 2 years ago. 8-year-old in his apartment, and he died on his couch, I believe. And I'm just mad that I'm so accustomed to it. I'm kind of ashamed as an elder, you know, to have to explain this to the kids, that we've become so accustomed to gun violence. That's right. My man DJ Dirty Rico I saw his post. His daughter got shot in the back. Got shot in March. She didn't get shot in the back. I don't know where she got shot, but she got shot in March with her kids in the car. Missed the baby girl by this much, his granddaughter. Rico's daughter survived. By the grace of God, thank you, Myron. And I know it's Monday and I'm supposed to be your hype every morning, but I had to start the show like this for us to at least be mindful. That thing I keep yelling about volunteering and doing work in the community is key in the process of bringing about a world where we can have two generations, a generation of people, and then the next generation know that we all have value. That could spark 1,000 years of upward mobility in blacks if we all really turn inward for each other and said this is what we worth to each other, and stopped, and had a real effort to stop the bombardment of the media's narrative. That would change our community. That's what I believe. Let's give a moment of silence. Went to ask if we can have a moment of silence. Let's have a moment of silence. So, prayers and prayers and prayers. The first person I ever seen get killed happened when I was in the 10th grade. Brother got killed over his shoes in our neighborhood. And it that blew my mind because I didn't think I didn't understand the concept of killing somebody for some shoes. It did not compute in my brain, but I knew that it was the reality of where I was. And then after that was in the 10th grade. By the time I was in the 11th grade, Crackhead came out and it was on. And then it's like such and such's brother, such and such cousin, this guy's brother, this guy we know, this person's mother, this person's by accident, this person execution style. Remember they started doing all of those? I go away to college and I'm at Morgan State University and the killings get worse. And the death tolls get worse. And homicide becomes so much a part of life that it starts to permeate the music, and it doesn't even it gets a glossing over on the news because it's there every night. When something is extraordinary happens in a news cycle, it pops up and then it gets front and center, and then the rest of the stories. Black people getting shot are always just a quick gloss over and then move on because it happens so much. It's always in the news. It's like always. And so in that way, and we've accepted it. And I think that's the part that's messing me up, that I've lived long enough to just, I'm not writing letters to the newsroom, and I'm not fighting against the system. Y'all need to give more attention to black death. And we don't do that. You see what I'm getting at? We don't say it every day. We don't, it's not, you know what I'm saying? When Doughboy said either they don't know, don't show, or don't even get, you know what I mean? We gotten so accustomed to that here in America. It's an American phenomenon, and I'm sure it exists around the world as well. Crime is everywhere. And people of all colors killing each other is everywhere on the globe. It's just that I guess the frequency of it here has me so disturbed, and how close it is to me keeps me so disturbed. But I'm losing people. People like, this is a funeral, Joe. We gone. But you know what? I whoever staying, who ain't. Today is one of them days. We become numb to it. Exactly. Let me hear from y'all. We become numb to it. Social media has made us accustomed to it. It's always what's next without analyzing issues for solutions. Exactly. My point. Exactly. That's exactly it. Stay prayed up, everybody. That's real. Any other comments I need to post? Young white kid was killed in Southeast, and the profile Channel 4 did on him was nothing like what they do when a young black person is killed. Called them out on it. Exactly. You're right. We need to have these tough talks. Being afraid to talk or listen to these types of tragic stories keeps us away from the solution. Exactly. But here go the thing. You notice when we had these talks, look, the numbers go down. When we talk like this, the numbers of the morning show go down. When we talk about real issues, the numbers of the shit go down. People don't want to talk about real issues. And thus the real issues will persist. We don't talk about the big issues because they persist. And they persist because we don't talk about it. Y'all seen that meme? That's what's going on. Yeah, I mean, it's not, we all understand that it's not about fun and games. We all understand that we, as grown-ups, we have to take care of these problems. And we all understand that, you know, we need to talk about it. But you could tell by the numbers, we can look at the numbers of people who tune out. A minute ago, I had 70, the number was 70-something. Now it's down to 40-something, and it goes down. What I'm saying is, and that's just the 1-2 punch of it all. We dying in the streets. We hate that we dying in the streets, but we hate talking about dying in the streets. You know, unless it's in a rap song and it's about revenge and it's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, in my small way, I try to do work, and you know, it ain't always the strong, straight ahead. But the guns that go interact with the young people who are in close proximity to guns and gun violence. Go interact with at least start with the people at risk. You know what I mean? Start with the people at risk who might turn to a gun or turn to the streets or turn to that way of thinking. Even if it's your neighbor, drop in on them. How y'all doing? Be the how y'all doing neighbor. My mother was the how y'all doing neighbor. She know every household got problems, but if we a community together, we can make sure that some of these problems stay where they need to not stay where they need to stay, but don't escalate. Because there's a sense of good and positivity in this whole area. She was a practitioner, a licensed practitioner, and what she did, I don't know if y'all know about, y'all know Michael Beckwith in the Agape International Spiritual Centers. Anyway, my mother, when you go to Agape, like Agape is like they have a church. It's not, they don't call it church. But you go to this sanctuary, and there are people placed around the sanctuary to keep a spirit of positivity in the room at all times. And they sit there the whole time during the service. My mother's one of them. And she would do that for the community. She would meditate and try to make sure our house had peace and love. And she would, try to make that positivity permeate as much as possible. And if we need it, we got to do that shit. We got to do that shit. You got to be that light. You got to become the light. Real talk. And you got to become a mentor. You got to go help. You got to become the light. If you feel the pain and you know that you can do it, you got to go be the light. Now, like I keep telling y'all, I'm in the middle of that book. I'm reading it again. Do the tough things first. I'm reading that book again, and you gotta get up and get out and go do something. You know what I'm saying? Do the tough shit first. And then and until that happens en masse, that means a lot of people. Until a whole bunch of people go out and until it's a community norm to link up household to household, you hang it up. Jay say that shit don't work, Joe. I'll try everything, brother. I'll try everything, because apparently whatever we've been doing don't work neither. So I know for my life, that meditative state and keeping that spirit of positivity done kept them bullets away from me and mine. I know and trust that that's how that works. So that's what I practice and that's what I do. And I'm going to suggest that along with every other measure we can do to stop the shit, Jay. That's what I'm going to do. That's what we do over here. Number one, number two. So, and then we need tough solutions, Jay. We need money in pocket. People need help-ass solutions. Can you imagine could you imagine the impact that would have on a hood done earnestly by people who actually gave a fuck? Just like any other national movement we've ever had in America. We could change some things, but that's me thinking hugely, thinking gigantically. That's a massive shift of thought for us as a community. So I'm going to still go with, I believe, a shift in thought is what's needed. Just like any other movement that ever happened in the history of mankind, a shift in thought collectively is needed. And until then, nah. We will continue to go through this cycle of what we want to call it, everyday violence. Is that what we gonna call it? American violence? Because America off the chain with it. You know what I mean? Just like you learn your AB. Imagine if just like you learn your ABCs, you learn peace and love. And imagine if, like, you know, peace and love was the currency of the day. How kind. Imagine if how kind you are determine how wealthy you could be. Imagine that there was a life was set up so that however kind you are led to a better quality of life. Imagine if that was the thought process. Imagine if mankind operated, thank you, Beth, I needed that word. Imagine if mankind, or at least the black community, operated on a frequency that kindness, community, and all those things determine how wealthy you are. Now that's, of course, that's a pie in the sky kind of dream. But pie in the sky kind of dreams have come true before and can come true again. If it happened in my lifetime, I don't know. I would love to see it. Exactly, Jay. Imagine creating a way of, the only thing I would take out is the word own, Jay. Imagine creating our way of living that benefited us. The entire planet needs that. That was what my mother was getting at back in the day. The entire planet needs that understanding. You start with your household, and hopefully your neighbor and their neighbor, and then you seek out like-minded families that think like that, and then you go do work. We found very few families, Jay. I don't know if it would be, I mean, life is, and to your point, D said it would be a bunch of happy, skippy, jippy jokers frolicking in the daisies round here. I don't know if that's necessarily the case, because life is hard enough. The planet is a mess. Finding, providing food and shit every day is stressful enough. Just being is, being a human being is stressful enough. And I think that societies we live in, if you look at societies around the globe, give you added stresses that the human condition doesn't necessarily have to have. The human being, to me, it seems like this. The human being is the only animal on the planet capable of reasoning itself out of its condition. Yet it does not do it. I feel you get no argument from me there, Jay. And I don't know if we labeling this liberal or conservative, but what I am labeling this as is, how about if I just meet you at the level that we both got lungs, we both bleed blood, and we both shit. We have some needs that must be met while we are here on the planet. And if we, as a species, adopted a way of thinking that benefited the entire species, maybe the entire species would benefit. That's a tall order. That's a lot to ask for, but I stand on that. These conditions aren't just, don't just happen to us here in this country. You turn on the news in other countries, like, God damn. Now, it's lower in some countries, higher in other countries. But the shit is going on. It's a human condition. The stresses of life, point blank period, lead motherfuckers to be motherfuckers. Is my point. So if you, my brother, were able to come up with the solution and had that solution play out, it would only be, at that point, it would only be, you would try to show that to as many motherfuckers as you possibly could. If you had the solution. We know what we should do, but what we gonna do? I didn't say all humans experiences this lifestyle. I'm just saying, Jay, All I'm saying, Jay, is that we are in this instance, but the human condition, the point blank, the breathe in, breathe out. Think about, walk around and be a human being, have some needs. I don't know why we sitting here debating on the morning when we both trying to get to the same solution. I don't know what we not trying to. We both trying to get to the solution. I'm not trying to be an adversary this morning. I'm just trying to say what I need to say. This man lost his child. I feel some kind of way about it. I'm often asked, well, Joe, what you think we supposed to do? Well, we got to start on the basic human level first. We can't even agree on that. Human beings can't even agree on basic human level shit. So, just like any other endeavor, if you don't take care of the fundamentals, you're going to be fucked up. So I'm always going to speak from, first and foremost, we got to take care of the fundamentals. Mindset and way people think is the biggest factor of them all. That's the most fundamental factor, number one. And I think I started this discussion out by saying we need a shift, a monumental shift, a phenomenal shift in mindset. Oh, it's heavy. This shit heavy. This shit heavy. Because we then all got to ask ourselves, what the fuck are we willing to do? Our good brother Big G lost a loved one over the weekend, Rob. It's 9:37. My man Rob is just tuned in asking about what's going on. And our good brother Big G lost someone over the weekend. There's been a rash of violence here in our city. And I don't know if I told y'all a week ago, there was a young man who got killed just blocks from my house. So, we just having a discussion, Rob. We having a discussion about gun violence. I have been hearing about and listening to the narrative about what gun violence is and how to stop gun violence in our communities since I can remember, since my formative years. I remember my little league coaches when I was a little boy talking to me about guns, drugs, and the streets. And we was 8. I was 8 in the 70s. That's how long guns, drugs, and the streets been getting at us. So that's where we at this morning. It's 9:38. Good morning to you all. I hope you all are doing well this morning. It's a somber occasion. It's a somber occasion. The shit hurts. The shit is heavy. It adds to our collective trauma. It adds to our collective, it's a part of our collective blackness. You know what I mean? Forever. Remember JJ got shot on Good Time? JJ got shot on Good Times. I had to be 8. Then in the 80s, in the 90s, Urkel and them, Eddie Winslow was about to go on a joy ride, was about to go who riding or something. Him with the gun. Guns in our community have been a thing forever. And specifically because of the way that guns get used in our community. We not sportsmen with our guns. Guns have been tragic for us. Let's keep it a buck. So, Carlton got shot? I don't remember that one. on the Fresh Prince. Yeah, Rob, that's very true. Guns don't kill people. Undisciplined and irresponsible gun owners kill people. Yes, indeed. And the irresponsible and undisciplined gun owners, unfortunately, have plagued our community for longer than I can remember. And we have not come up with a solution for it. We own it. We don't know how to keep people from shooting each other in our community. You know, Nikisha says she's 44. The only guns we was getting sprayed was super soakers. We used our fists, period. There was a time. But on the other side of town, they was using guns. If you 44, you a generation behind me. That means you was born in 70 what? 2022 minus 48, 78? You was born in 78, somewhere around there? Yeah. You was born in 78. Yeah. By the 80s, it was on. By the 80s, it was on a whole lot. Before then, you heard about shootings, but it wasn't as much as when, crack hit the scene. When heroin was a thing. But then you go talk to people from the 50s, they be like, Quincy Jones tell you about getting stabbed. Remember Quincy Jones, the first thing he talked about is when he got his hand stabbed. They nailed his hand to a wooden fence when he was 7 or 8, and he got hit, sliced with almost got stabbed with an ice pick when he was 11. It's Quincy Jones. So it plagues it plagues our community more than anything else. It plagues our community a lot. Let me say it that way. And I wish I had a solution, but I do not. And men have contemplated what the solution was for generations. I believe we got to start at the human level, but then there's all the other shit that got to go on top of it. There's services that are needed. There's to take them undisciplined people and turn them into disciplined folks, Rob. There's some shit that is needed that we haven't figured out how to give in a concise, impactful way. I'm sure there is a solution, Jay. I just ain't been able to figure it out. Nobody's been able to figure it out yet. I'm open, and I'm ready. I'm ready to get to work. So, I would say we're gonna talk about it. Never mind. At the comedy show this weekend. So I ain't eat my breakfast. At the same time, so our condolences to our good brother Big G. Condolences, brother. Condolences. It is 9:44 in the morning time. Let me say this as you go on with your day. Go have a productive Monday. Go get it in. I know you feel bad, and we're dealing with loss. But go tear it up while you out here. Go give it all you got today. Go kill it. Go do it. Go do your thing today. You understand what I'm saying? Excuse me for that choice of words I shouldn't have said. Go and be incredible today. I'm sitting here reading the comments. I'm sorry. Big G is definitely a part of DC history. As I said earlier, Jay, and you tell me if I'm wrong, he is the mayor of the people. A certain demographic here in Washington, D.C. he they guy. He is they man. And they roll with him to the ends of the earth. If I'm not mistaken, that's my man. King of DC. There you go. There you go. King of DC. Give him that distinction. Yes, indeed. And so, our heart hurts for our king today. That's what that is. That's what that is. Our heart is hurting for our king today. Our man. Our man. So, it's heavy, it's heavy, it's heavy, it's heavy, it's heavy. Pray, meditate, and then take some action in your own community. Take some action in your hood. Take some action in your household. Change little things first, and make sure you can and commit to small changes so we can get big results. If you can commit to small changes, big things can happen in your life. Y'all can tell I've been reading my book. Pray if you ain't been praying. Meditate if you ain't been meditating. And if you've been praying on something now, get out here and take some action. Do the little step. Take 5 minutes towards, let's each take 5 minutes toward what we think the solution is. Every day, take a little bit towards what we think the solution is, if it really matters. I'll make sure I make that meeting happen for you, Jay. You know what I mean? Everybody. So let's do it. Think about it like that. Like investing your money. Investing your time. Time, the same thing. If you put some time in to think about time, your time becomes more productive. The same time you would have spent, the same half hour you would have spent watching television, doing some volunteer work, reading a book with kids, or, teaching a young person a skill, or helping older people who having problems just being, there are organizations you can work with that help people who have issues with just fucking being every day. Life is hard. Modern life is hard for a lot of people. You understand? Modern life is hard for a lot of people. And compassion is not human beings' strong suit. It's an ideal that we like to say is our strong suit, but if we look at actions, it's not our strong suit. Compassion for fellow man is not our strong suit. We don't give a fuck about a motherfucker so fast. Real talk. So, if you took 5 minutes out of your day to start working on your understanding what the solution is, and turn that 5 minutes into 10 minutes, and that 10 minutes into 20 minutes, and it's some real action. It might go from, just planning, or it might just go from looking for places to volunteer in your neighborhood. That might be write the note. I'm looking for places I can volunteer in my neighborhood. And then the next 5 minutes is actually finding the place. And then leave it to the next day you come back, call the place, find out how much help they need. Those are 5-minute tasks. And then we can start. That's how we start this shit. 5 minutes a day can save us. It's real shit. 5 minutes a day could do a lot of work and have a real impact in our community just by starting with 5. Start with 1. Start with 1 minute a day. Take 60 seconds to think about and take action on a solution and see if you can grow that. Anyway, 9:49. I agree with you wholeheartedly in that one. That's why our music is called soul music and our food is called soul food. We are the beat of the planet because of that, Jay. I believe that wholeheartedly. Jay says, that's just this society that has been created for us. We are ancestrally compassionate and always have been historically. That's how we've been taken advantage of. I agree. Ever since I was a little boy and I understood that our music was called soul music, and then the pastor would tell me I have a soul inside. And then I would see, I grew up, Martin Luther King was the biggest person at the time. So I grew up understanding soul, Martin Luther King, food, what you eat makes us us. I thought that, I really believe. And then I saw roots and I understood how we got. I was like, oh, so they just cold and cold-hearted. We the soul, they taking advantage of the soul of the planet. And that's what they do. By the time I was a teenager, I really believed, Jay, that, the world takes advantage of our soulful nature, our kind nature. We care about community as nature. It's always pot of stew that black people cooking, and everybody comes to the place together and blah, 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 blah. You hear about that? That's in our tradition. But then, Jay, as soon as we in our traditions, niggas get to fighting. No bullshit. And that happens around the globe. Happened to me in Jamaica. Happened to me in Jamaica and Belize. I was like, this just like at home. God damn. Preserve our culture, Young Clint Southeast would say. And I'm going to add on to that. Preserve our culture and preserve our mindset. Get your mind right. Get your mind right. And one of the things, I'm going to tell you some wild shit. I think one of the things that has led to the upward mobility in my life is me really understanding that I'm really dumb as a motherfucker. I don't know nothing. I have to look to everybody else to understand. I don't know much of shit. I have to watch everybody else to make sure, to see what is, make sure that it is. Because I know what I think. You know what I mean? I know what I think. But then, what plays out lets me know what actually is. And one of the things I do know is I'm not that smart. I am not, I'm dumb as a motherfucker. So I have to choose to listen to people who I believe are bright, who shine light, and get an understanding of, because I'm stupid as shit. No bullshit. I'm dumb as hell. What Erykah Badu say? You better know what you don't. Basically, she said you better know what you don't know. A man who knows something knows that he don't know nothing at all. I don't know. I don't. That's how I got through life, knowing how stupid I was. I was smart enough to know how dumb I was. No bullshit. All right, we're going to keep this moving, man. I'm about to get up out of here. Real shit. That's one to take with you today. Remember how dumb you are. That way you can listen to other people. That way you can actually hear what other people are saying. I get to listen to y'all. That's why I get to listen to Clint Southeastwood, Jay, Rob. I listen to my niggas. Because my niggas, I've watched what my niggas is able to do. I'm like, these niggas is brilliant. Let me figure out how he do this. No bullshit, Jay, Clair, all of y'all. I listen to y'all. And then process. I out of the thousands of voices I've listened to, let me make up some shit so I can continue to survive out here in this world on some no bullshit. I'm getting out of here. Music is coming together very, very good. Oh, I told y'all I'm on Spotify. Go to Spotify. Oh, I meant to show y'all that I meant to show y'all that joint. Where is it at? I'm on Spotify. So I took y'all's advice. I got busy with my shit. And there it go. I am officially, oh, there it went. There we go. I am officially on Spotify. So fuck with your boy. I only put the song up. I didn't put the whole project up because I got some samples gotta get cleared and shit like that. But yeah, I'm on Spotify. Fuck with your boy. I'ma holler at y'all Saturday. Get your tickets. Show gonna be off the chain this Saturday coming up. Prayers for my good brother Big G. Continue to keep him in your prayers. If you can, send him, some love and light. Take 2 minutes to hold him in prayer. Or take 2 minutes to hold someone you know who has had something happen to them in prayer. Give them that energy. Send that frequency their way. They'll receive it. It'll come their way. They might not even know it hit them. But send it anyway. Take that time if y'all serious about it. And then go listen to my joint. That's something else, man. I'm psyched. Thank y'all for pushing me to get that done. I'm waiting for it to come up on Apple Music and Tidal. I'll let y'all know. Y'all gonna have a great day. I'm getting out of here. I got a lot of work to do today. Peace and blessings.
Don't judge me. I said he don't like me, she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me. Gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, they wrong, wrong, wrong. I said he don't like me and she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me. Gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, man, all y'all wrong. Caught up in the characters of America's fucked up narrative. They say the straight black man in the black community is a terrorist. Straight black man can't never win. Straight black man is gon' need a therapist. Cause the straight black man is the worst that it's ever been. Blaming me for shit I ain't never did. Man, can't a nigga ever live? Can't a nigga ever live? I been out here killing it. Still trying to sell me that I'm ignorant. Demon can't tell I'm different and diligent. Demon can't tell what a nigga been. Born suspect, what a nigga been innocent. Man up on them and they mark you as militant. Mark you as mad and belligerent. Man, fuck y'all images, fuck they images. He don't like me, she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me. Gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, they wrong, wrong, wrong. Say he don't like me and she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me. Gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, man, all y'all wrong. Who you calling a bitch though? What is you calling her a bitch for? Watch that bitch glow, watch that bitch blow. See, that's the part there that